Yes, and welcome back to another episode with me, Luke. So I hope you had a fantastic weekend. So just jumping straight into the charts right now. As you can see, going into the weekend, we were quite flat. And last week, if you were following my trading advice, again, not financial advice, just my opinion only for educational purposes, I was calling for this bear flag. And right now, this bear flag is playing out. So it's exactly um, as I said last week, and we touched the halfway point of this take profit, of the bottom here of this bear flag. So if you have taken this trade, then congratulations. You would be up approximately, if you had taken it here, you'd be up about 3.5%. And again, on leverage, if you're using leverage, maybe 5, 10x, then if you use a 10x as an example, you will be up 35% on this short-term trade. So, like I've been saying last week, I did mention this bear flag that we would roll over and come down to the prices the target is about 38,800. So I'm still expecting us to continue to roll over and to go back down into towards the 36k area eventually. So we're going to jump into the charts in just a second. For the day going into this week, everything is in the red. So does that mean you should sell all your crypto now? Well, no. If you're like me, again, not financial advice, when I see a red day like this, then it's like the sales. I mean, everything is on sale, and if you're dollar cost averaging, which is probably the safest thing to do, the most likely the best thing to do is dollar cost average into altcoins, into even Bitcoin itself. Then when you see a red day, it's difficult for the mind to buy when it's red. Usually, the mind's telling you to buy when everything's green, FOMO into it. But no, you have to try and reverse that mindset. And when you see a red day, dollar cost average it into it. It's like when you go to the shops, if you see something 10, 20% off, 30%, 40% off, you're going to buy it, maybe buy double. And it's similar concept in altcoins. When you see a red day, especially in the accumulation phase going into the next halving, then this is the best moment, because we're not going to see many of these red days going into the parabolic run of 2024 going into 2025. So just some not financial advice, like I keep saying, but when you see something like this, then you should try and trigger your mind to think, okay, it's the sales, let me jump into the altcoins that I like and dollar cost average into them. So hopefully you've got maybe a few bags of different altcoins, stick to them, just dollar cost average into them when you see days like this, and not when you see days where they're just pumping and pumping and pumping and you're just FOMOing into them, because we're going to have those pullbacks. Wait for the pullbacks, then buy straight into them. But it's just something that I do. You don't have to follow that advice, and then that way you get them a discount price, like in the January sales. So yeah, we right across the board, we're seeing red, except a few things like Ronin in the crypto gaming. I'm going to talk about this at some point, because I think this will be a big player this year. We've also got Seer Coin is up 25%, and Astar, which is up 20%. So there are a few things still in the green, but overall, it's the market is bleeding today. Why is that? Well, again, with Bitcoin, now that Bitcoin has had this breather, the altcoins have pumped. We are heading back down, and like I said many weeks ago, even last year, I didn't expect us to go beyond 50. I did say it was still a possibility, but overall, I did mention that we would most likely not. That this ETF news would be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. However, the ETF thing is a good thing, because in the long run, the price of Bitcoin is going to go sky high. But right now, just before the halving, usually before the halving, we have these pullbacks. retests of different support. So where could we be going now if you're trading? So again, if you're short-term or long-term trading like me, I probably only trade 20% of my portfolio for swing trades. Because if you've been following me, for me the swing trading is more profitable for me than day trading. But if you're a day trader, then you can just follow. Hopefully you followed this and you took this bear flag, because you'll be up in the profits right now. But if you're swing trading, then just wait for these lower price points. So what could be a potential next bottom or the potential pullback? Well, I'm going to go to the Fibonacci retracement. I always like using this tool. And if we go to the low of around, let's go to the weekly, it'll be easier. So we go to the weekly, and I believe that the bottom was around the $15,000 to $17,000. So if we go to the bottom of this, and then we bring it all the way up to this point, our local high, then I'm looking at anywhere between the 0.5 to the 0.618. So I do expect over the next few weeks, months before the halving, even around the halving as well, or just after, that we come back and we retest the 0.618 level where it likes to come down. So long term, I expect the 0.618 to get touched again, hit again, and that will bring the price right down to the $30,000 level. So that is $10,000 off the current price. Maybe you disagree, let me know in the comments section below, but I would not be surprised if we see that that retest between the 0.618 and the 0.5. But I'm calling anywhere between the 30,000 to the 28,000, and that will be the last pullback before this the bull phase of the cycle. So if you're waiting, then again, if you want to trade that down to these prices, you can. Personally, going into the bull market, there's no way I will be shorting the market right now. I'll just be waiting to long it, and if we do come back all the way down, then that is a fantastic opportunity to buy into Bitcoin at these lower prices with leverage for a long-term swing going into the next parabolic bull run. So if you do that, a nice long swing position with maybe 3x leverage, 2 or 3x leverage, you don't want to go over 5 when you're doing a swing long, and you do, let's say, for sake of argument, we wait for it to go down to 28k, 29. If you're doing this swing long, you put your 3x around the 0.618 level, and then you just wait for it for the buy orders to come in, and then away we go. So definitely, if Bitcoin dumps to these levels, then I will be 100% looking into a giant swing long position, because we will not come down to these levels ever again. After that, we're going to that 6-figure Bitcoin. So I'm just putting it right out there now. We're going to have this pullback, this giant pullback over the next couple of weeks and months before that halving. The halving is this blue line, and then I'll be getting ready for my massive swing long position, ready for the rest of this year. Again, I could be wrong, could be waiting like an idiot for that 28, 30k, and it never comes. We might just come down to the 0.38 level of about 35k, bounce off this, and then straight up. So again, it's a bit of a gamble, a bit of a risk, but at the same time, I will continue to dollar cost average into Bitcoin, into altcoins, even if this thing doesn't come back down to the 30,000, the 28k range. And if it only comes down to here, then I was wrong, and that's it. We'll skyrocket at the end of this year, and we can all make money with our altcoins anyway, because they'll be following Bitcoin. So that's about it. Just some information what I will be doing over the next couple of weeks, months, just waiting for this. And worst case scenario, if it doesn't, then I'm going to keep dollar cost averaging into altcoins and Bitcoin but not trading, just investing in the assets themselves. So just jumping over into CoinMarketCap, let's just change this to dark mode, I prefer it, and going over to gaming. So some of these coins I'm going to go over this week, some of the gaming cryptos, like I said last week. And yeah, I'm going to talk about Ronin. Look at this, I think this will be a big player for this cycle. And an old timer, I always like Gala. I like Gala Games. It's, I mean, reasonable prices right now. We're down 90 odd percent. You can find this on Binance, OKX, all the big exchanges. And just to talk about the current price, we are about a 30x from its last, about 35x from its last all-time high. And I believe Gala will go back to these prices again. So, I mean, is it a good time to buy Gala right now? Then personally, I will be getting into this a little bit. I think it's at 2 cents is not a bad price. And as you can see on the charts, it's pretty much at its lowest point. Could it get low? Could it go lower? Then of course it could. It could lose another 99%. 50% from here would take it back down to 1 cent quite easily. But I mean, buying at 2 cents and expecting a 30, 35%, 30, 35 X on it, I mean, that's not bad. If you put $200, $300, $500 in it, and you do a 30x on $500 just to its all-time high, then you've done pretty well. So yeah, I'll be looking at Gala Games again. I like what they're doing, big community. I know it's had some not a lot of love over the last couple of years, but you know, it's still going. Large community. It's still continued to build a lot in its ecosystem with different games. I'll talk more about Gala in another video, but just looking at the price at the moment, talking about the crypto itself but not the company, we're probably at its bottom right now. So again, dollar cost averaging into this for me makes sense. It might not make sense for you. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you think of Gala Games. I'd be interested in reading your comments. So that's pretty much it for today. Again, it's a red day. Let's see what the week brings. I don't expect us to do well over the next few, I don't want to be a bearer of bad news, but January, February, going into March, they're not particularly great months. You know, with that Bitcoin halving looming, I think the next couple of months it's going to be pretty boring in crypto, but that's the best time to get into these cryptos over the boring periods, so that you can reap the rewards after the Bitcoin halving. So that's pretty much it for today. I will see you all next time. Have a great evening wherever you are, and see you for the next video.